Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about how to identify energies, and especially when it comes to the angels. There's a lot of types of spirits out there. People believe, like, there could be human beings that are alive, that are passed away, alien beings, any type of race of beings that all of the universe. So how do you identify that? How do you know who you're speaking to? So how do you know if Archangel Michael comes to you, with Archangel Metatron comes to you, how do you know that that's who it is? It might be different for every individual, but all I can do is tell you how I understand it and how it makes me feel, and how I understand who that person is or who that spirit is. It's very simple. It's like your soul knows. It's like we all have an energy that we give off. So I could have Archangel Michael appear behind me, and I know that he's behind me. I don't even have to look at his spirit, I just know. So that's why you could go and talk about names in the spirit realm as well. And I'm just going to briefly talk about that, why that's not important. And a lot of times I don't even seek out names, because every single soul's true name is the energy it gives off. So you say, well, what is my true name? It's the energy signature that you have is your true name. And every spirit, every soul has that. So an angel gives off energy, so you know when that angel is around, because your soul recognizes that energy and you know that's who it is. That's why when people say, well, how do you know it's not a demon? Because you just know. You sense it to the core of your essence, what that is and who that is. So you know if a negative energy comes to you in the spirit realm, because you sense it, you know the history of that soul. There is souls that you come across that you might not recognize, but you still know whether or not the energy they give off, whether they're good or bad, or what their intentions are. But for instance, when Archangel Metatron or Michael comes, I know who they are without even looking at them, without even knowing they're in. Just be that they're near me, and you instantly know they're there. This time, I know Archangel Michael doesn't do this much. He appears as a gold energy to me. Raphael appears as a lightning bolt with blue energy. Raphael is like a greenish, really, really happy energy. Archangel Metatron is a very old angel. I think older than one of the oldest angels that I know. And he's much greater than he appears to be, but he likes to pray. Like Raphael does the same thing. He likes to appear something else. So he kind of hides his energy signature, so to speak. And Archangel Metatron does the same thing at times. He appears to me a lot of times as an old man with a cane. But he can appear to you in any form he wants. And this is the parts that I think people, they get hung up on. Well, I see Archangel Michael as blue. Well, I see him as this. Well, it doesn't really matter how you see them. It's that you recognize that that's who they are. And your personal way of seeing him is exactly what it's meant to be. I see an Archangel Michael as gold, as a golden energy, as a gold dragon sometimes even. And it's the energy of Michael. I see it as gold. And I feel it as Archangel Michael. So there's no really way of messing it up, because your soul already knows it. It's like you could have your brother come in your room and speak. You might not see, but you know it's your brother just by the feelings you get and the words that the person spoke. But the physical understanding is so limited. When the spiritual, you have access to so much knowledge and information, there's no possible way you could actually explain completely how you know. You just do. You just do know. And that's the simplest, easiest way to do it. Your soul knows and recognizes that person by the energy they give off. There's also other ways when you come across souls that you don't know about, and you can look into their hearts and the energies within their hearts of the soul itself, of the spirit will also tell you what that soul is actually working with. Is it working with light? Is it working with darkness? Is it working with somewhere in between? And there's very, very few souls you come across that are completely dark. Extremely rare, but you can come across it, and that is not really a defined soul, so to speak. It is more of an essence of a soul. So not a complete soul. It's kind of like pure chaos. And chaos itself is a source energy as well as love. And let's not get into all that information. So the two angels I'm going to focus on today is mostly Raphael. Not Raphael, sorry. Maybe it is going to be Raphael because his name is coming up. So let's say Raphael, Archangel Michael, and Metatron. They're the three angels that want which I'm going to speak about and I'm going to go forward with. And when Archangel Raphael never really showed me his kind of like his true essence. Michael has, and it is quite beautiful. When Archangel Metatron showed me his wings, his true form in a way, the whole sky was lit up with his wings, and there with millions of eyes. It seemed like the whole bloody sky was his wings, and there's multiple layers of almost like interdimensional layers and ridiculous amount of eyes in his wings, and this is how I see him. But he's only ever showed me that twice, I believe, the whole time I've worked with him. And it's like, but that's how I see him. He doesn't appear like that very often, but he wanted to show me in a way who he truly was. And that is rare when an angel does that, and it's beautiful when they do. So I'm going to go into a journey state and see what the message is that these three angels want to bring forward. And I'm not sure if I'm going to talk to one or Michael or Metatron. I want to allow the energies to flow as they want to be brought forward to you. I'm walking down, it's like a field. The grass is really short. It's not long grass, and there's all these like pillars of fire coming down. But it's not fire, it's like a blue fire. But it's more like blue light of almost like light. It's like basically it's like a spear that's in blue flames is what this is. And it's like, but they're energy. And I see them filling the field up. It's not burning the field. But there is also flames here as well. But it's like now I see flames in the field with these pillars of light creating a walkway through this flames. And in the center there's a big circle with white light, and there is an angel standing there giving off pure white light. And there's like a gateway that's opened up above, and there's angels pouring out, and there's this beautiful white light shining down upon this one angel. I already know this angel is Lucifer. And see, when I talk to angels and I allow myself to be free, this is the message. I allow any message to come forward. It doesn't necessarily have to be from those three angels. They are with me though. They are walking with me. Metatron's beside me. Michael is to the right of me, and Raphael is to the left of me. And it's like this is kind of like now in a hell space, and there's bubbles of lava and crazy things coming up out of the ground. It is a metaphor. It doesn't necessarily mean it looks like this. And this angel is giving off a ridiculous amount of bright light. And heaven is constantly shining down upon this angel. And it's important to understand that this is Lucifer. He is chained to the ground, and his flesh itself is melted into the ground. So he goes to go up, he has to rip his skin off. But he's also chained to this, but this white light, he is actually crying. A part of his soul is in so much pain. But there's a constant light that shines down upon him. It is God himself that shines this bright light down upon him, and also other angels. People say that God has forsaken Lucifer. In this image, Metatron walks up and he starts to speak. And this is where I'm getting this message from, is from Metatron, that Lucifer volunteered to take on the burdens of the world and the hate of the world. And God has to shine so much light down upon him in order to keep him from being completely lost to the darkness. And as you look down, there's different layers. This is the top layer, the one that filters down into the total chaos energies. And Lucifer is a balance of the chaos energy. And if he was destroyed, the chaos would take over the universe. And it was what I'm kind of getting. And he took upon himself all the burdens of this world, and he protects this world from chaos. Believe it or not, he is a protector. He is not the giver of hate. That is coming from us. He takes on all the burdens of the chaos of the world so it doesn't get out of control. He actually takes on all the chaos, and it's like people look at God is love, Jesus is love, but they forget that chaos itself is kept back from love. Does keep chaos in check, but there's also more to it than that, because this world does not have enough love to keep chaos at bay. So people like Jesus come to help try to teach us. And even if you don't believe in Jesus, it doesn't matter. It's what it stands for. He is not, what religion has done to the name of Jesus is something that's completely wrong in my eyes, because it teaches fear. It teaches us to hate and that the devil is beyond redemption. But I'm seeing Lucifer as a completely different being, a being that is constantly in pain and torture, but also there's a part of his soul that's constantly in light to keep him able to keep the balance. And I see angels that come down on a regular basis, and their tears, they take from Lucifer vials of tears into heaven, and then these tears are transformed to something that is beautiful and like life-giving and changing. And the understanding and the learning from this is astronomical. It is hard not to see or not to feel the sadness at this image, because you have an angel that is so bright, but also has roots that are so dark. Metatron says to the world, what do you see when you see this image? You see an angel that is basically part of a stone. As he tries to move, he tears his flesh and he's chained so he can never leave. But every time he moves, he is in constant pain and suffering. And the only way that he could ever be set free is if the world changes who they are, that they accept love in. So every time that somebody is murdered, a child is killed, a woman is raped, every time we say hateful things to one another, it's like taking a piece of Lucifer's skin and ripping it. And it constantly heals and tears, and it never completely heals though. It's always constantly tearing and remending itself. And he is screaming in pain, and he's crying, and the tears flow down his face. And you look up, and God looks down upon Lucifer, and he also cries, but his tears actually hit Lucifer. And when they do, it gives Lucifer strength, because he sees how much his Father loves him. Because God is the Father for all of us, because we come from the source energy. So you can say that we're all brothers and sisters, and he is the Father of everyone and everything, or the mother of everyone and everything. So he is not abandoned. He is cared for. And there's a woman on his feet that cries and holds his feet. And his feet they're kind of the only thing that is not in constant pain. Because she takes upon herself to bend and take care of him as best she can, because she knows the burden that he carries. And she loves him dearly. And this is like a reflection of Mother God, that she bows down to him because of what he has given up and what he has endured and continues to endure, so chaos will not take over the world. So everybody looks at Lucifer as the cause of all the wars and the chaos. But I'm being shown here today that he is the one that keeps it in balance, because he endures all the suffering. This is a message that Archangel Metatron wants the world to see. Still will be a lot of people that would be like lies, bullshit, never the truth. But I ask you, he asks you, why do you think that you speak the truth? That everything that is bad in the world is caused from Satan. Well, that's a lie, he says. Because if you look in the mirror, you're the one that creates the hurt and the hate in the world. And he's talking to all the people of the world. That how can you blame somebody for you to make the decision to hurt someone else? That is on you. And I want you to see the image of one of the brightest angels being tortured by the human race because they are so egotistical that they will not let go of their egos and not let go of what has been falsely taught to them to love. Because if you fill your heart with love, even if you do not believe in Satan, do not believe in Lucifer, just believe in love, and the world would change, and Lucifer would finally be able to be free. And then heaven will be brighter again, as one of its brightest angels will return. There is parts of his soul that are free, that have been set free. But this is one part of his soul that cannot be set free until it is time for the human race to finally let go of all its hatred and replace it with love. So that was unexpected. And that was a message that Michael, Raphael, and Metatron wanted to share with you today. I did not expect that at all. I had no idea what was going to happen. It was not what I thought. But it was what was meant to be said. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you wish to do a service with me, you can visit my website at amonrasawakening.com, or you can visit my Northern Lights page, and it's another passion of mine as well, at josephbradleyauroras.com. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a wonderful day.